Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm sorry you missed out in a week. I missed out in a week myself, well, not quite a week, but a few days. I had other stuff going on and I just wasn't around, and basically I didn't get a whole pipe filmed. We were piping Slurry last week, alright, but I filmed a bit of it. I didn't film all of it. I just didn't have enough to make a relatively decent video, and there's no point throwing up stuff just for the sake of it. So that's why we're a week behind, and I apologise for that for anyone who missed out on the weekly updates. But yeah, so today we're tanking Slurry, and it's quite showery, but looks like it's going to clear a bit. And we've finished one job here now, and we're on our way to another one, and it's a bit of a draw. There's a bit of a distance involved in it, but we'll get there eventually. No major panic on us. So yeah, that's basically the theme of the day. When we're behind spreading, I'll show you a bit of the field and stuff, because quite a view as well, and bit of an interesting story to tell you. Okay, so basically what you have here is Phoenix Harbour. It's a harbour. You come in there, the Libra boats, I've told you about that. Directly, and I mean directly, straight across from us, the other side of the water, is where you will have seen us in the bailing and the rake and the mowing video. Straight across, I can even pick out the field here now. I know you can't see it in the camera, but I'm able to see it. And to come around, you basically have to go an all merciful distance all the way into Tralee town and out this way, and that road will bring you out onto an island which is out there, which you will have seen some of as well. So yeah, that's basically what we're doing, as we're spreading Slurry here on ground that was grazed, and I think he's after throwing out some clover seeds on it as well. So yeah, nice job for the day, and some very nice views. So other than that, I'm using the 6290 Massey, and there's another guy driving the CVX. Couldn't think what it was for a minute. The CVX. So this yoke is just after turning 12,000 hours. So happy birthday to the 6290. So we're very nearly ready for silage, but the weather just isn't playing ball at the moment. Very cold. Even now at the moment it's very cold. It's more like February than May. So who knows, I suppose it will take a week, 10 days before things really start kicking off, but by then hopefully things will be all go. I have a few jobs to do. This is leaking diesel. The TM is leaking diesel very bad, so I must go to a man to do that, because that's beyond my capabilities. The injector, it's the actual injector pump is leaking. It's not pipe work or anything like that. The pump is just warden, I suppose, because there is shoving on for 15,000 hours in this tractor now. So just old age, everything wears eventually. So you know, it's just one of those things. I also have a hub seal to do in the TVT. You will have seen us doing them as well. Funny enough, when we took apart our hubs, one shaft was damaged and the other shaft was okay, but where the seal ran was damaged. It was just worn out where the seal was running. So we said we'd get it built up and taken down on a lathe. And you wouldn't be confident when it isn't the perfect thing that it would last. So that side is absolutely perfect, and the side we put the brand new shaft going in driving the hub is leaking. So who knows, but that'll have to come apart again and be done, especially when you're at silage. All the grass sticks to the inside of the wheel, and it just looks really messy, so kind of want to avoid that. But other than that, I'm touching wood. I think everything is pretty much ready to go. Thanks be to God, because I really, if all of you watching the videos along, you will have seen, you know, there's always something going on. We're always out working and stuff, so really didn't have too much time to be doing maintenance. Well, we've done a bit over Christmas and all that kind of thing. From January on, really, it's kind of been all go. So thankfully the gear is good now. our machinery has really come up in the last few years, and the winter maintenance has gone way down, and the cost of maintenance has gone way down. But the most important one of all is the time spent and all that kind of thing has just gone way down. So I'm just delighted with that. It's made such a difference. We're still out late, and it'll be still late when we're finishing, but if we still had all that maintenance to do, you just never stop and you get worn out from it. So thankfully that's not the case anymore. Welcome back to a very wet and really just tons of downpours today, but it'll be a huge help to the grass, give it a massive boost, really get crops growing. Today it's rain and shoe again. We have about 50 acres to do today, so we'll be here for quite a bit. But yeah, we'll get stuck into it. Once I'm further down the fields here, I'll show you where we're at. As most of you will know, I suppose everybody knows by now, that they have eased restrictions and the lockdowns have been lifted and all that kind of thing across the world, and especially what's affected most of the viewers to this channel will be they're lifting the restrictions in Ireland. I'm all for that. I think it's brilliant that they're being lifted. The young people, look, it doesn't affect me too much. Fair enough, I can't go to the pub and I can't do things that we'd normally do, but we wouldn't do a desperate amount of, so it's not affecting me a whole pile that way. Younger people and people in school and out of school, sure, they can't, you know, their last summer, they lost last summer, and I hope they have a summer this year that they can go and do as they please. But it's definitely time that all these things should be eased, because life really does need to go back to normal for a lot of people. As a farming community, look, it hasn't affected us totally and utterly, but can you imagine living in a city there and kind of having nowhere to go and nothing to do? You're just going nuts. So personally, I think it's great that all these restrictions have been lifted, and hopefully the cases stay low enough that they're able to keep the country open. My views on the whole thing, look, I wouldn't get into it. I have no opinion on it. It is what it is. That's my opinion on it, I suppose. If I was to give an opinion on it, it's out of my hands. It's out of all of our hands. Some people think it's silly. Some people think it's other things. I don't have a conspiracy or an opinion on it. Like I say, I just think it is what it is, and the sooner it's over and done with, the better, because we can all go back doing what we were doing and having the crack and all of that. So yeah, sometimes in my videos I add in a bit of something unrelated, and there you go. That's my unrelated bit of talk for this video. I suppose it's something to ring home to a lot of people, and I know people in this video, watching this video, will have had family members and stuff affected by it, and maybe affected themselves, but at the same time, life does need to go on. Unfortunately, time does wait for no man, so you just have to keep moving, keep plowing ahead, and it is what it is, basically, is my opinion. Just across the ditch from us here, there is a 716 and ploughing with a coon plough, and the coon plough was doing fair nice work. It's grassland. Look, we'd be around here an awful lot doing work, so I was around today to spread off, and that's a good bit to go now. So but anyway, there was a good cover of grass in it, and the coon was turning it over nicely, which I'd rate a coon plough. I think a coon plough does very nice work, and a very well built plough, but it's hard to beat a Kieferland in Ireland, because the availability, as you can see, she's burying it fair well. He is going fairly deep, to be fair, but it's probably vegetables that they're setting there, so maybe they have to go deep. But as I was saying, the availability of Kieferland parts in this country is just puts them ahead of the rest of the ploughs, I think, in that aspect, and they're a bit more forgiving to shall we say, not been set up properly, you would you plough away with a converter limb that wasn't set 100%, but it will still do very tidy work. So I know a lot of the other makes, they need to be bang on to get them to do what you want them to do, basically. So that's a big plus point on the Kieverland. Okay, so I'm just throwing out my last load. You would have seen us here yesterday. Today wasn't too bad of a day, and we were here all day today as well. So a fair old bit of spreading to do, but it's finished now, and thankfully we can move on to other work, which tomorrow we will be ploughing, and we'll be a bit away from home, but it's for a man we do a fair bit of work for, and he has a couple of farms, so I can't really refuse him, I suppose. When we do most of the other work for him, it's very hard to say no. So that'll be the team tomorrow. We'll be doing a bit of ploughing. We'll have the New Holland TM hooked onto the plough, ready to go. That's what I'll be spending my evening at now tonight, is I'll be getting the TM ready for road. Couple of leaks the last couple of days. We started the diesel leak. I think I had you told about the diesel leak. That's sorted now. I think it's leaking coolant somewhere. I must check it out now tonight. And a couple of little oil leaks here and there, so I'll just maybe straighten them out either tonight or in the morning, and have her ready to go, ready for road, and we'll get stuck into the ploughing. So yeah, that's basically it from the slurry spreading. I don't know, will there be much more slurry spread before the silage now? Can't see a whole pile of it being spread. Probably maybe one or two more jobs, and that would be it. So hopefully we'll get a few dry days, which we're struggling to get, but if we do get a few dry days, we'll be getting straight stuck into the silage, which is delayed and is long overdue now. I really need to start getting through the work, because it just builds up on you if it drags on too long. So yeah, we'll see you tomorrow when we're going ploughing. Well, I'm just closing our back window here so you'll be able to hear me a bit better. As you can see, today we're ploughing. Lovely soil, nice dark soil with plenty of small stones through it, so it should, I'd imagine this field would never get too wet, but that soil is savage stuff to grow grass. Time I was in New Zealand, it was that kind of stuff they really wanted for growing maize and all that kind of stuff. If they could get that really dark soil, that was the stuff. With the odd straw showing up, because the soil is just a bit damp and it's sticking to the boards, so I have to clean the boards every now and again, and in turn, when it's sticking, it's not turning over fully. But what can we do? In general, it's turning out a very nice job. So I suppose I'll work my way over. We'll show you a bit of doing the headlands. We done around the pole there. Basically we just pulled it out and then kept going on our ups and downs. But yeah, once we're back in the headlands, I'll show you that. Okay, so we finished the ploughing, and luckily before it made too much rain, because it was just starting to get really sticky on the boards. But we got finished, and we're out of there, thankfully, and I have a bit of a spin home now, but shouldn't take me much more than an hour that way, so not too bad. What else had I to say? Yes, I would like your help, any viewer that's watching. I would like you to know what you would like me to add to the channel, because I don't want it to go stale and I don't want it to get boring. I'm not the best in the world for talking on and on about things. I'm kind of I'm a bit straight to the point, and maybe that's not the best thing for YouTube, but we get a good few followers on this, so obviously some people like the shooting straight from the hip, so to speak. So just let me know how to keep everyone interested. The worst thing I would want to be doing is putting out videos just for the sake of putting out videos, and you know, stuff that our regular viewers wouldn't really be bothered watching. So yeah, you let me know what you'd like me to do. Coming into, obviously the silage is going to be a big thing now for the next couple of months. A big thing that's going to be filmed on this. So let me know what you'd like to see and the ins and outs of it. Maybe you'd like to kind of see basically what happens throughout the course of the day, because it's not all as glamorous as it seems. And anyone that's involved in this kind of work will know that nothing is ever as straightforward as is portrayed, I suppose, on a lot of agri productions, should I call it. You know, you have these DVDs and stuff like that. It's not all sunshine and lovely rows of grass. Let me assure you, there is huge challenges behind the scenes in keeping the whole thing going. So that's a bit of rambling on, but just let me know what you would like to see through the course of the summer, because like I say, those of you who tune in every week, I'm very, very grateful for, and basically I would like to know what you'd like to see on the channel.